Hey, what's going on? It's Brad here, Hammer Grind. I wanted to do a quick video here because I'm starting to get a lot more conversations. I'm starting to see a lot more chatter. I'm starting to see a lot more posts in other Facebook groups that are contracting groups where people are starting to see a lull in their lead flow. And this is going to be a critical point for a lot of contractors right now in their business. I started my business in 2009 at the height of the recession, the housing market crash and the recession. Most contractors were leaving the industry, and I thought that would be a good time to start my own business. And what I learned is that during those first several years, about 4 years, is you had to hustle to get leads. And there's lots of things that happened for me to be able to stay in business long enough. I'm not going to get into those, but what I want to talk to you about right now is your input. In other words, the amount of leads coming in to your business is directly related to your output. A lot of people who have started their business in the past 5 years have almost had it on easy. They've had an easy button, click, click, easy. That was easy because it was, if you basically start a business, throw a magnet on your truck and the phone starts ringing, right? Because there was a boom, everything was going crazy and gangbusters. And a lot of people during that time did not put any effort in their outputs. There's contractors today that don't have websites. There's contractors today that don't have social media. There's contractors today that don't have any output whatsoever. All of their business, 100% of their business comes from referrals. And that is an extremely vulnerable place to be as any business owner. Yes, referrals are the best type of lead to get. They usually are pre-qualified. You usually can sell them, pretty quickly, pretty easily, and they turn out to be good customers. The problem with referrals is that you're putting 100% of your business in someone else's hands, your other customers' hands. And the times have changed, guys. The way marketing is done now, the way people do business now has changed than it was 20 years ago. Back then, you would put in you would start a business and you could put a listing in the phone book and you could get business that way. Throw it in we had a little thing called the thrifty nickel or the local newspaper. You could take out ads and people would see it and they would call you. You get referrals, so on, so on. Today, buyers are much more savvy. Today, they want to social proof you first. They want to go to your website. They want to go to your Instagram, your Facebook. If you have a TikTok, they want to go and social proof who you are. It's happening whether you think it's happening or not. I can 100% guarantee you that people are social proofing you. And so if you don't have a website or a Facebook page, if you don't have a vehicle wrap, if you don't have anything about your business that someone can go and look at, then they're going to automatically think that you're a scam artist, because that's what's happening when you have a lull in labor. In other words, when there's fewer and fewer contractors who are doing work, you get more and more scam artists, more and more rip-off artists that come into that because they see it as an opportunity. And people are super skeptical. They're super skeptical to hire contractors right now, and they want to social proof you. But what I want to talk about on this particular video is that if your input is not where you want it to be, it's because your output is not where it should be. You have to put output. In other words, you have to do actual activities, output activities in order to generate the input activities. Now, if you don't have a website, then your output is you need to either A, build a website yourself, or B, hire someone to build you a website, right? That's an output that you have to do. If you want to get more connections, you need to pick up the phone and start calling people in your community. Start calling other referral sources. Start calling other professionals who have the same demographic of customer, but offer a different service so that you could potentially partner up with them in multiple ways. I was in a BNI group for the first 5 years of my business. They had what was called power groups. They may have called them power circles. I don't remember now, but it was people within your industry who have the exact same customer. So for me being in construction, it was realtors, home inspectors, mortgage brokers, um, you know, designers, interior designers, potentially insurance agents, like anybody who's going after the same customer. And so if a real estate agent sold a house to someone, there were key people that they needed. They were going to need a mortgage broker if they didn't have one. They were possibly going to need an insurance company. They're probably going to need a contractor to come in and do some repairs. They're going to need a home inspection done. They're going to need an appraiser. So you can see how, like, when you get in this power circle of other people that are going after the same client, then you can start referring business within your circle. And those are called referral sources. Those are not referrals. See, a lot of us want to go after referrals, the individual client that we're going to service. You need to be going after referral sources, people that are going to keep giving you referrals over and over and over and over again. And if you have a good real estate agent who is well known and respected in your town, and they make the recommendation of hiring you, that's going to carry a lot of weight. Doesn't mean you're going to get the job always, but it's going to carry a lot of weight. And so outbound activities, if the phone's not ringing, is what you need to be doing. You need to be calling referral sources. You need to be handing out business cards every day if you still do that. Now, I haven't given out a business card in like 5 years. But the idea of giving out 5 business cards a day when you're at the gas station, there's somebody on the other side of the pump. Hey, here's my business card. If you need anything, call me. Like, that simple outbound activity will generate energy around your business. But if we think that we're just going to like do one thing, we're just going to hire one marketer and all of our problems are going to be solved, that's living in fairy tale land. Now, I'm not saying marketers can't help you, but it's not just one thing. It is a outbound of maximum channels. Now, whether you like Grant Cardone or not, I mean, I don't care for the guy one way or the other, but I do love his philosophy on 10X. And it's pretty simple. If you 10X your outbound effort, you can't help but win on your inbound. But I promise you, sitting at home and wondering and twiddling your thumbs and being like, man, I wish the phone would ring, that's not going to do anything. I can guarantee you that's not going to get the phone to ring. You can go into Facebook groups every morning. You can log into the different Facebook groups that are local, and there's people always posting, hey, I need someone to cut my grass. Hey, I need someone to remodel my bathroom. Hey, I need somebody to fix this. I need a new roof. And there's always recommendations that happen during these groups or in these groups. There's other apps like Nextdoor, which are free. You get in there, you start providing value to these groups. If you get in there and try to start selling people right off the bat, they're not going to be as interested. But if you get in these groups and you start providing value, answering questions, telling people how to fix things themselves, you will start to become the expert in that group, and you will build the reputation of being a helpful, honest contractor. And then you will start to get recommendations through that. But that's an outbound activity. You have to log into Facebook. You have to go and you have to join all of these different groups. You got to research them. You got to join, answer the questions if they have any. And then you got to start scrolling the posts. You can do search. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but within Facebook, you can search. All you got to do is join one of these local groups, and you go in there and you click on search inside that group, and you just search for whatever you do. If you're a roofer, you put in there like roof replacement or roof repair, and you'll see 30, 40 different posts that have happened with that keyword in there. Some of those may have happened a month ago. Guess what? You reach out to them. Hey, John, I saw you posted this. It's been a while. Did you ever find anybody to fix your roof? They may say, yeah, I did. Thanks. Or, no, I haven't actually. This is all outbound effort, guys. You have to put in the effort, the outbound effort, in order to increase the input. I hope that's making sense, because sitting at home and doing nothing is not going to generate leads. Now, one last thing I want to cover on this. And I was just talking to someone. He may even be watching right now. I don't know. I was just having a conversation with a contractor. He's in this group. and he was wanting to reach out to another company that does similar services and kind of do like a collaboration with marketing, which I think is a great idea, 100%. He said, but I'm having trouble trying to come up with, the marketing thing that's going to work. I was thinking this and, because of this and this and this. And I told him, I said, it's too complicated. It's way too complicated. So what we do a lot of times is we have these great ideas. I got this great marketing idea. I'll do this. I'll put together this package and I'll do this and I'll do this and this and this and this. And then I'll go and I'll approach people and then they'll hire me. And so you spend 20 hours, 10 hours, 5 hours doing all of this work of this great idea. And then you approach one person and they're like, I'm not interested. And then you either quit or you approach a bunch of people and everyone says, I'm not interested. And what you did wrong there is that you put too much effort into your idea instead of actually proofing that idea. If I have an idea about something, a new product, a new service, a new offering, the first thing I do is ask my audience. You may have seen it in the group. Hey, if I were to do a free training on X, how many people would be interested in that? And then, if 20 people respond or 30 people or nobody or 100 people respond, it gives me enough feedback as if I should take that to the next level. So a lot of times when it comes to marketing efforts, we overcomplicate it. We make it way too complicated and we put too much effort into that before we've even proved out if it's worth it. So whenever you have a marketing idea, just reach out to them. Hey, you do this, I do that, I do this. I thought it would be a good idea for us to connect and see if there's any way we could help each other. And that's it. That's a 1-minute phone conversation. You don't have to come up with this grandiose marketing plan because you're going to present it to them so that you can, seem like you have it all figured out. You don't have to do that, guys. Just pick up the phone and call the people and ask them. They may have a better idea than you. They may say, hey, I'm glad you called. I actually need someone who does your services because we come across this problem all the time. Yeah, I think we can work together. Here's some ideas that may be mutually beneficial for us. And they may have the idea that you thought about and spent 5 hours thinking about and trying to put together. The point is just take action. Like just take action and do it a lot. There's a saying in the military that says, a well thought out plan executed poorly is worse than a plan that's not well thought out that's executed violently. In other words, it's better to have a crappy plan that you execute on violently, meaning maximum output, than it is to sit around for hours and days and weeks coming up with this great idea, but then you barely execute on it. So get out there and start executing, maximize 10x your output. And if you do that, I promise you the phone will start ringing. You'll start having leads coming in. All right. There's no easy button, and it's only going to get harder, guys. Whoever started a business in the last 5 years has had it extremely easy. That's not what running a business normally looks like. You guys have had the easy button for 5 years. Now it's going to start getting back to where it used to be, where you're going to have to work your butt off to get leads. And if you don't have those things in place and you're just sitting around pouting and hoping for the magical lead fairy to come and dust leads all over you, it's not going to happen. So get out there and maximize your output. I'm out.